have an amazing class with a very special guest. I want to introduce you to Thomas Canley, otherwise known as Mr. Ballsy. So why don't you,
Thomas, tell us a little bit
Tell
about
us.
your cancer journey and what brought you to us today.
In 2009, I was diagnosed with stage 3 testicular cancer. So yeah, throughout my whole diagnosis, I had the opportunity to, being a filmmaker, I just decided to film everything, you know, and that was my way of therapy, of kind of dealing with the fact that I had cancer. And turns out I started uploading my videos on YouTube, and people started reaching out to me from all over the world. And I started realizing that I have a story and my voice needs to be told, and survivors started connecting with me. And because testicular cancer is very young demographic, it's 15 to 35, you know, the youthful age, there's so much stigma around it. So as I started doing all these videos, long story short, I came up with this idea, this campaign called Mr. Ballsy. And I designed this giant ball, it's over 6 feet in diameter, and I pushed it across now 2 countries. And then that way I have a higher retention rate of education. Then they're coming into my world and wanting to be informed of what I'm doing. And then I'd have them write a story. So I have over 14,000 signatures and stories from people from all over the world.
And now we have them in the Elixir kitchen.
Thanks, Thomas, for taking time out of your busy schedule to come join us.
Yeah.
And you had a great idea about today's class. So Thomas hears from a lot of young male cancer survivors or people who are going through cancer treatment who want to prepare an impressive meal for their date. Trying to impress them. Yeah. So somebody coming over, and we know that healthy eating is easier if you eat food at home and prepare your own recipes, right? So we're going to be featuring a couple of recipes today that will impress your date, also happen to be healthy, and are pretty easy, so you're not going to be stressed out and anxious while you're preparing the meal.
Yeah, absolutely. And we came up with a few ones, you know, again, they're easy, they're gonna be tasty, really nice and colorful. But I think, you know, we were even talking about, I think with a lot of young people, it doesn't matter even if they're young or old, there is an intimidation factor in the kitchen. And, you know, to ease into it with some simple recipes, some cooking techniques and skills, and even some of the nutritional know-how of what you are using is really, really important. So.
Because you are what you eat, you know what I mean? Like, it's all about what you're intaking into your body. And if we can build confidence in people in the kitchen, you know, they're going to be able to, you know, eat healthier and, you know, impress that significant
That's
other.
it, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna have some
Win-win.
fun today. We're gonna have some fun today. What we're gonna start off with is a nice, refreshing salad. We took the concept of a Caesar salad. Pretty simple, really nice flavor. But the only green really in there is romaine. And romaine is nice and crunchy. Not that nutritionally dense, but it definitely has a nice crisp to it. And we're gonna just amp that up with some more color, some more texture, some more flavors. That way, I mean, you can impress yourself, not even your significant other, but we're gonna have a good time. So we have some romaine here. We're just gonna, again, roughly chop it. You can even tear this up with your hands, just to get nice big chunks, and we'll put it into our bowl here.
And I recommend doing a lot of this chopping before your guest comes over. This has happened to me before, where I've chosen a recipe I've never made, and then invite the person over, and they're there watching me saying, "Can I help?" And I'm looking at the recipe and all flustered. So it's good to be able to do some prep in advance.
Yes.
And to do practice making it before
Yeah.
you make it for somebody.
Yeah, don't tell your date or partner that you're doing the prep. Just make it look like you've done it all on the spot. I think it's more impressive. And so we have the romaine in there. The amazing thing now, again, with grocery stores and just the availability of a lot of product is we're seeing so many different types of ingredients, so many different types of colors. So, you know, browse through the grocery store, sort of pick something, especially if you've never tried it before. So like this here has anyone seen this before? I'm starting to see a little bit more in the grocery store. So it's a type of radicchio.
I was going to ask what that was.
Yeah.
Why is it red? Why is there a little...
So it's just the variety of lettuce that it is. It's some people call it graffiti radicchio because it has like that sort of spray of red, where typically it would be all red in there. But it has a really nice flavor, a little bit of a bitterness to it, so it gives it, again, some punch, and again, some really nice color. So that's gonna go in here.
And when you choose some of these heritage varieties, you're getting, you know, maximum variety of nutrition as well. You're getting lots of different antioxidants. And it also adds to the impressive factor, I think.
Absolutely.
It looks like a restaurant meal when you start experimenting with different colors.
Definitely sexy.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The next thing, this is something that I'm seeing a little bit more too, is adding fresh herbs to like whole to your dressing and almost treating that as your lettuce leaf. So like whole mint, whole parsley, whatever you have, even if cilantro, and just throw it in there, treat it like lettuce.
And it freshens your breath.
Freshens your breath.
It's a bonus.
Important on the date, especially because we have garlic in the dressing, so the parsley is important here. So any fresh herbs, that's going to go in, and then we're going to play with some textures. So again, you have like simple radishes that have been around, grocery stores for a while now, really accessible, pretty cheap, but they look awesome. They have a really nice crunch to it, really nice flavor. It's sort of about how to treat them so that they look nice, because you don't want to just throw whole radishes in there. That's not that cool. So what you can do is a few things. You can use either a vegetable peeler, or you can use a mandolin. This is one of our favorite tools in the kitchen. Just use the guard. Otherwise, we always mention it. Your fingers will be shorter. Like just use the guard, use the protection. Really, really important. And then you get these like really awesome thin slices. So, and you can do it with anything. So we have some like radishes. Now pick one if you want. We have a bunch.
It doesn't have to be as many ingredients. You can keep it on the simpler side, but we're including a bunch of different things. The radishes here, they're packed with vitamin C, which is a powerful antioxidant. So very good thing in terms of reducing cancer risk. We're throwing in some candy striped beets.
Those are cool.
These are awesome. Really, really cool. You'll see them like this, like almost like a pink beet.
So what did you do? Shave them like that? Is that how you got it like that?
Absolutely. So
yeah, show them.
Either you can use, if your knife skills are good, you can just sort of like slice them into little slices.
That's cool.
Or with the mandolin, you just sort of hold it on top.
Oh, that's cool.
And you peel them through. So a really kind of like impressive, cool effect. But it's a great way to treat beets, especially because most people probably have beets cooked, right? But beets are delicious raw too. Really nice and crunchy, really crispy, and really nice almost sweetness to it. So really great addition. We'll throw some of those in.
What's the other white stuff? What is that?
So this is fennel. Again, I was just going crazy with the mandolin. I was just throwing everything. I was throwing everything at the mandolin.
Whatever you have in your fridge.
What is that?
The point is, again, like treat some of the harder ingredients like the fennel, the radishes, some of those big things that you wouldn't normally use in a salad, and slice them thin, peel them, like again, a vegetable peeler. You can just peel them in there, really thin slices, add some texture, add some color. This one too, spring, like this is spring for sure. Does anyone know what that is? Rhubarb. Awesome. Most
Never
people
seen it in a
cook-
salad.
Yeah,
Really?
Most people cook rhubarb. Spring rhubarb isn't as tart as some of the ones you get later, or sometimes you get them later, like in the fall, like later in the season. The spring rhubarb almost tastes like an apple, like a nice tart apple.
Wow.
Here, once you,
Yeah, I want to try
shave it for you. And it looks super cool too.
Can I try one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh.
So it's got a nice little tartness
Has
to
some
it.
bite.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's nice. Yeah.
and not too much, but like a little bit's really nice
like
and
that.
fresh, and it looks really cool as well.
Kind of sweet, hey?
It has almost a sweetness to it, yeah.
I like that a lot.
So the idea is like have fun with the salad. Don't just make a regular ordinary salad. You can sort of change it up a little bit, get colorful, change up the textures. And then for our dressing, so this is a great way to sort of prepare dressing. Sealed jar, make sure it has a lid because it's just a little bit easier that way. We're gonna add about a tablespoon and a half of olive oil. So typical Caesar dressing, it's creamy, right? It's really rich, delicious.
But
Probably
a little heavy,
heavy.
maybe, on
Yeah.
a date. You don't want to feel sluggish after a meal, so
Yeah,
it's nice to have something on the lighter side
exactly.
for heart health
That's true.
as well.
You don't want to put your date into like a food coma after. It's
Take
never
a nap.
Idea. So we're gonna make this more of a light, almost like a vinaigrette. Really nice and fresh. If you mind actually squeezing those lemons right into the jar. These are tinier lemons, so.
I love the
With a
concept
couple.
behind this. Jeremy was telling me about kind of an old school restaurant experience where they make Caesar salad right at your table in front of you. I've never experienced it, but I think it would be really impressive to have somebody, make it in front of you, come over to the table and
Do you do this
dress
for
it
your
for
date?
you.
Do you do this in front of
Oh,
them?
yeah. So
Yeah,
this
yeah.
part,
yeah.
I think showing them that you're making your own dressing,
Absolutely.
Versus-
Do it tableside.
opening the bottle and going, ooh, store bought. you know, you're showing that you're taking some extra care and attention, and
it's
putting
really
some
easy.
good quality ingredients in here too.
This, do you know what this tool is?
Yeah, it's like that's a cool grater.
Yeah,
that's
it's really
pretty neat.
cool. So rasp is like the technical term. Microplane is like the common brand. We've talked about this. If you don't have it in your kitchen, get this in your kitchen. These things are awesome. You can even find them at the dollar store now. Like
I
pretty
got mine
accessible.
at the dollar store, $3.
Yeah,
Nice.
Good investment.
$3 at the dollar store. Is that what they're doing now? That's crazy.
I think they changed the name to $1 plus.
Dollar plus. Okay, all right. So I'm going to show you like how multi-purpose this is. So we're going to have some parm. Parm is Parmesan cheese, very, very traditional with Caesar dressing. And you don't need a lot, just a little bit. Gives you that nice flavor. Garlic. Now garlic, you wouldn't think, okay, if you want to, you know, talk to somebody, you know, get to know them, probably you don't want garlic, but if you're both eating the garlic, then it
you're
Cancels
good.
it out, right?
cancels it out. That's how it works.
We do a lot of garlicky recipes in Elixir Kitchen because of all the health benefits. So in terms of helping to fight cancer, lower inflammation, lots of
love
amazing
garlic.
things going on with garlic.
Yeah.
So make sure you're both enjoying it together and you're all good.
And run it through the microplane, and you have this really super fine mince. It's a lot quicker than having to chop it up.
And
by
nobody
hand.
gets a big chunk of garlic.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Now another traditional, well, sometimes you get the anchovies, but if you don't have anchovies, you can use, I call it W sauce. I'm not
Who
going to
can pronounce it?
Yeah, that's good.
Worcestershire, I heard.
That goes into Caesar too, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's where I know it from.
Yeah. That gives you this really nice umami flavor, so really savoriness. Really, you don't need too much, just like a couple dashes, and you're good. And just a little bit of mustard, just for some punch.
The cool thing about mustard is it's actually related to cruciferous vegetables. So it's in the same family as broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage. And so health benefit-wise, has some of the same benefits of helping to cause sick cancer cells to self-destruct. So they've done a lot of cell studies and animal studies on glucosinolates, which are found in these vegetables and in mustard. We also have them in our radishes as well. And so basically helping to cause DNA to repair itself. So helping to boost the immune system and protect the healthy cells while fighting cancer cells at the same time.
So now the reason we put it in a jar, not only you can do this ahead of time if you want, have it in the fridge ready to go. Then you're gonna do your best Tom Cruise cocktail impression right at the table. And so Thomas, you can go ahead, do your best. Yeah, Tom Cruise. There you go. Slow, I like it.
Spit an image.
It builds up the
right.
street. There you go.
How you doing, ladies? I got my number on my website.
So not only does it look sexy, but what you're doing is you're forcing the lemon juice and the olive oil and all those flavors to come together and emulsify. So you're gonna get that sort of creaminess on the tongue, but it's not gonna be as heavy as a traditional Caesar.
Right,
It's
you're
still
not
gonna be-
putting the egg yolk
Yeah.
or as much olive oil at all. So it's really a lower
that's
fat.
perfect. We're gonna pour that right over our salad greens.
Looks yummy.
And that's good to go. Now, presentation is important again, not only for impressing others or yourself, but it does entice appetite.
That's right. So if you're going through cancer treatment or even post-treatment and you find that your appetite isn't what it used to be, just by using lots of different colors, making your plate really appealing, and learning some techniques that they use in the food industry to really make your plate look beautiful, those can go a long way in terms of making people eat better and really improve their nutritional status.
So this is one of them. So big plate, try to go with one color, so either white or black. They have those Tex-Mex plates with all those swirls, something like that. Probably avoid
It's a
that
little
one because it
distracting.
might be a little distracting. So nice clean plate, and what you want to try to achieve is as much negative space as possible.
What's the sign of an expensive restaurant? Big plate, itty bitty
Small,
little
yeah. So wash your hands. This is the best way to do it. And grab a nice handful of the salad and go right in the middle.
Tell your date you washed your hands.
Yes. or let them guess.
Yeah.
Keep them
That's a
guessing.
fun game. That's a fun game as well.
I say it adds flavor if you don't.
There you go. There you go. And that's it. So sort of a nice pile in the middle. Try to get as much negative space around the outside. And there's like a different take on a Caesar salad. Pretty impressive.
I like it.
if your significant other doesn't like that, then
Kick them to the curb.
yes. So there you go. So there's our first recipe. Awesome.